Hello everybody, good morning. It's a morning for me. A little gloomy out there, but that means it's a good day for crafting. So welcome to A Crafter's Story. It's Celeste here, and before we get started, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoy this video today. So I came across a YouTube channel called Rose Wildsmith, and I have put her link to the video that I'm going to do, that I saw her do, in the link below. And she was inspired by a book written by an artist called Shelley Rose. I've put the link to that book also in the description below, so if you want to go and check out either one of those. And what they did is, so Rose was inspired by Shelley, and Shelley is a textile artist, and so she was making what she calls fragmented paper, and she was using all kinds of different types of paper and making them, sewing on them and using them in her mixed media collage. So I could not try it. So I've kind of done a variation of my own a little bit. I'm sure this is not super different to what she does, but this is my take on it. So I've taken a napkin. So it's basically this napkin that I opened up. This is a full square napkin. I did not take the backing off. I kept the backing. So you know it's 2-ply. I kept the backing on all these examples, just because I thought it would give me a little bit of a thicker paper to work with. And I glued it down, I let it dry, I sewed on some of it, I didn't sew on others, and then I went ahead and distressed the paper. So it gives it almost like a lacy, messy, lacy look, and a lot of texture, guys. So that is the sewn on one. And then I thought, you know what, up until a year ago I didn't have a sewing machine. What if I wanted to do this but didn't have a sewing machine? And so I did a few examples without the sewing machine, which honestly I love as well. You know, I think this turned out just as nice. And so that's the leaf example. And then I thought, well, I can sew just kind of here, there, and everywhere. And I did try and film myself sewing, which was interesting, because I've got the camera, my phone camera here, and I've got the piece of paper here, and I'm trying to maneuver it. It was a little bit of a challenge, but it came out okay. So here is the non-sewn, and of course I just showed you the sewn piece, and that was from, do I have this? Yeah, it's from this napkin. So that's that one, and I'm showing you all of these quickly before I show you how it's actually done. This is the peacock napkin. I have sewn it here with a straight stitch, and then of course the nose stitch. This napkin has the shiny gold on the one side and the non-shiny on the other side, which you'll see here. Shiny, no shiny. This one's a zigzag stitch that I did on this, and then of course the nose stitch. Okay, so it's dirt easy, guys. Dirt easy. You spend more time waiting for everything to dry than you do making the, well, actually no, I tell a lie. I'm lying. I don't mean to lie. I just realized I'm not telling the truth. You spend some time preparing the paper and then letting it dry, and then there's a little bit of time, of course, that you have to spend just distressing the paper. So you have some choices here. You can either wait for the paper to dry and then distress the paper, or you can distress it while it's wet. I personally wanted it to be wet rather, because I felt like it was easier to maneuver and make the holes, you know. So that's a choice. I've got some dollar store water-based washable glue, and so this is going to be water soluble. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down here. You don't need a whole bunch. I think less is probably more in this case. Got a big old brush here, and I'm just going to get this. Oh, you know what's happened with this? My brush has taken up a lot of the glue. That's no good. Let's put a little bit extra glue down, just because I need a little extra to compensate for what my brush stole. Don't steal. Stole my glue. Okay, so put a little bit extra glue down, and I don't want too much because I don't want the paper to be too stiff. Well, I suppose that's personal. It's a personal choice, and I say it, but maybe that is something that you might prefer. So I'm going to just get this sprayed, make a little wet again. I want to make sure that I get the glue mix all the way through both of the layers of this napkin. So let's open this up, and I'm going to just lay it down. So the napkin in this case is a little bigger than my surface. It's not a train smash. Just so happens I can always, I suppose, come back and do those edges, but I'm probably not gonna bother too much. All right, so now I really want to saturate the top and make it wet, 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 to make absolutely sure that I've got the glue mix from the other side coming all the way through. And now this is the part where you have some choices. So either I can go ahead straight away and start making my holes and distressing or fragmenting the paper and then let it dry, or I can let it dry, sew on it, re-wet it, and then make the distress pieces. So I think I am going to use a pointy tool, and I'm just going to do the distressing now, because that's I think the part of the tutorial that's it's the main part of the tutorial. It's the distressing that is really just what makes this paper so special. I'm gonna come in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I can come right in, and I think, you know, I should really have chosen a darker napkins, but I think you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to go in a line. That again is a choice, guys. You don't have to go in a line. You could always go just haphazard all over the place. You can do, you know, maybe do a hole, miss a hole, do a hole, miss a hole, do a hole, and then offset it. So now do a hole down here, miss there, do here. So just whatever you decide you want to do. In this case, I want a straight line here. Sorry, I think I went off there a little bit. And I'm just breaking the paper. It's all I'm doing. If you break the paper, let it dry, and then try and sew it, I think you might... I've got some paper coming off. I think you might have a little bit of a hard time, because when it dries, it does have a little bit of... it's quite rough. There is quite a bit of texture to the little holes. This paper is all bunched up, as you can imagine, and now adding glue to it leaves it rough. So just whatever project you decide to do, I think maybe just bear that in mind. Okay, there, that was a nice example. It's nice on a dark spot. So this is now what you're going to do all the way along. If I had decided to let this dry and then sew first, I'm actually going to do it on this one. I sewed first. My machine was not happy. My machine did not like sewing on here. As you can see, it kept jumping and slipping, and I tried to sew slowly, I tried to sew fast, but my machine, I have a brother machine, and I think it's a good one, but it definitely was not super happy about sewing on this paper, it just kept slipping. I've changed the bobbin, which by the way was the first time I've ever done it on my own without the book right next to me trying to figure out what I'm doing. So I was really proud of myself. Like, I did this all by myself. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, you guys, so you get the idea, right? We're going to distress by making holes in the wet paper, and then that gets to dry. So I'll put this off to the side, and I will show you what it would look like. Maybe I'll do it rather on a darker one because it's easier to see. And I just realized that I don't know. Well, let's see if I have enough water. Thought I had enough water here, but I don't. So I've already sewn this one. It's dry and it's been sewn, so you can see there the straight stitch was definitely more successful. Now let me look for a dark piece. There's a dark piece. I'm going to wet it, and normally I'd spray it, but I don't have enough water, so I'm just gonna do this. Now you reactivating the glue and the paper. Maybe I can come out a little bit. Let's see, like that. There we go. So then I can show you on a bigger section. So I have now gone and reactivated the glue, and I've wet the paper, so it's going to be more vulnerable to me making holes. And in this design I've just a quick note. I've got a big area, small area. This is a Dollar Tree little tool. So I think I'll start with this because it's the smaller of the two sides, and this is a bigger area. So this is not just a little hole that I'm making. This is now going to be a bigger area, and what I want to do with this one is I want to take away that paper, make a big hole, and then I want to skip a side, and then I want to make a hole. And I'm doing this because I think that it would look nice to kind of have a distressed block and not a distressed block. And because they're so big, this particular option, I think it might need the strength of an unfragmented block. So let's see. Put a little extra water here. That's all the water. I didn't plan this very well, did I? Okay, so we'll see how far we can get. I can now come in here and take this one out, and let's see, that one, and then skip, and then this one. I like the idea of having this big space to work in because or these big blocks that are fragmented or distressed, because it just gives me another design option when I come to use this paper as craft collage paper. Okay, alright, so you get the idea of how I am going ahead and taking away paper and making these holes. I'm going to oopie, I almost broke it, like that. Let me take this one away and let me zoom. Actually, no, give me 1 second, because I want to bring out some examples. Oh, my hands are wet. Hold on. I'm going to dry my hands. I'm just going to dry it on my pants because I haven't got anything to dry it on right now. Okay. So I took some cardstock, and it's going to be plain on this side. And I just took some of my apple barrel paint and just painted the reverse. And then I found this little sheet that I had it in my stash, and I'm pretty sure I downloaded this from the Graphic Fairy a little while back. So if you guys are interested, she's amazing. She has a Friday freebie email that she sends out, and there's just so many free papers that you can get from her, so check that out if you're interested. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to paste it because I want to cover the white of this back. Let me see. I need to get new glue sticks out, guys, really. But let's just go with this for now. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. Okay. I need to go and get my extra strength glue because I like the extra strength. Okay, so let's get this down. I think this is just going to be a kind of decorative little tag in a journal. It's not really going to serve a purpose. I mean, maybe it's a bookmark, I suppose. That could be it. Okay, I'm a bit skew. It's okay. So now I've gone and make this all sticky. So let me get a sheet out. And like that, I'll cut off the excess of this backing. And then we will put one of the lace papers on the front, and I'll show you what I was thinking. Okay. Where was that one that I liked so much? Here it is. I was thinking of either this one or this one. I think I might like the one with this piece here because I want quite a bit of texture on this tag. So I'm going to use this, and I've got all this, you know, where my machine decided, lady, what are you doing to me? I'm going to protest. And so it protested here. But now, you know, it adds to the distressed look. I'm going to get, I think, my Aleene's glue out because that is, I know that is definitely going to hold this paper down. Let's get quite a bit of my Aleene's here, and it's some of the glue is going to stick through. That's fine. When it's dry, it dries clear, so it won't matter. Let's get quite a bit down, all the way to the edges, like that. I'm so zoomed in that I have to keep checking and making sure that I'm in frame. Alright, so let's get this down with it. There it is. Okay, let me hold it down just for a little bit, make sure it sticks. Oh my goodness. Yay. Yay, yay, I'm so happy. Okay, that worked really, really nicely. So a while ago, and I'll see if I can, well, I mean, of course I can find the video and put a link of that video for this little sticker in the description as well. This is something we made a little while ago. So I'm going to take that, I think, and just put it down the bottom here as an addition. Oh, I was going to put it there, but I don't want to cover up this. So I think I'm just going to peel off. This is just double-sided tape on the back here. Come off you come. Alright, got it. So I've just got some double-sided tape off the back, and maybe I'll just put it a little higher up. Stick that down. Alright, that's nice and down. Get that down. Some of these are lifting. And this little piece of ribbon, I think, will look nice just kind of down there. And then let's cut it loose and see how this came out. And this is obviously just one example of how you can use your distressed paper. I think it will look amazing in a collage. Absolutely amazing. I think it will look amazing, of course, on a tag like we're doing here. And there we go. It's down. So let's cut it loose and see what we got. See how this turned out. I was so excited when I saw this this example, because I just thought, gosh, it's so tactile, you know. always think when something is, when you can touch it and feel the texture, just it's like it has its, gives it a different kind of life. I'm getting all philosophical here. I'm getting all deep and arty. Okay, so there you go. So I think, oh wow, look at that, just gorgeous. Let's go out a little bit. I think there we go, a little bit out more. That is gorgeous. To me it almost looks like it's a window into a garden. So now I can't do a whole lot with this, it's got to dry, but I think once it is dry, I'm going to round off the corners and maybe just age up the edges here to hide some of that white, and then it is going to be a bookmark. And I have the choice, of course, of putting a hole, putting in a ribbon, maybe adding another embellishment like a charm. That is a possibility as well. Now I have another one that I'd like to show you. Okay, I can flip this and I don't have glue. Now with this one, I used some gold paint that I bought at the dollar store some time back, and it seems like they have these over the holidays, especially at the end of the year. So I buy quite a bit when I see it because it's actually a really good, can you see how it shines? It's just really gorgeous. So it's the same little piece of cardstock, and I found this lovely lady also from the Graphic Fairy, and I'm going to paste her on the back as well as I did with that first one. Get this all, let's see if I can not get glue on my mat. It just get on me instead. It's a crafter's world, guys. It's a messy crafter's wonderful world. Alright, let's get her down. Maybe get her kind of in the middle, I think. Not sure. See if I can move it a little. Just like, she's probably nice. No, she's actually, I was about to say she's probably skew, but I think I got her more or less in the middle. Now at weddings, we have a little bit of wine and refreshments, and I thought, well, okay, where is that one? So this one I want to use one piece that has not got the sewing on it, and so I'm going to use that section. Can you see that it's still a wine bottle and a wine glass? So I'm going to, now I don't want to use, I don't know if the Aleene's glue is going to mute the shine of this gold paint. Maybe I'll put the Aleene straight on here and maybe just see if I can get it just kind of in between the holes. That way maybe I will save the shiny of the gold paint. Let's see, like this. Yeah, I think this might work because it's enough of the glue, I think, I hope, to hold it down. I'm probably going over the amount that I need, but that's okay. There we go. Let's try that. Let's see how that works. And oh, I don't want glue on my this underside. Let's see, like that. All right. So I wanted it kind of like this, right? All right, like that, because now the gold will shine through all the little holes while I still keep the picture of the wine bottle, and then I have a distressed fragmented section, and then the wine glass is not quite as fragmented, not quite as distressed. So you've got these sort of two sides to this tag with all this beautiful gold sticking through, which I really love. Okay, let's cut this one loose. I'll take away all this gluey stuff. Yeah, I did go over, look. It's okay. I'd rather have too much than too little. And then there's a lot of the white cardstock that's sticking out, so I have the choice of maybe either cutting it off, depending on how much I'd be cutting off of this design, or I can quite a bit here that I haven't. Let's see, maybe I can just glue it down with a stick glue. And here, oh, quite a bit. All right, so I can stick that down. Yeah, very nice. I like that a lot. That is really, really unusual. There's some texture here. There's the gold sticking through. Again, when it's dry, I'd like to just round the corners with a clipper, with a punch, and then I definitely am going to have to do something, maybe ribbon. Maybe if I can find a nice piece of ribbon, I can just embellish the sides there. So let me go and look. Oh, I found something. I have something on the side here. I wonder if this will work. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, okay. Problem solved. I just looked off to the side and I saw something. Aleenes. And then I just have these sides that I can use some ink on to distress. And that way I don't have any of this cardstock sticking out. Let's see. It adds a little color to the back here because it was a little gray and maybe not quite as interesting. I don't want to. Her name was Edna May, and maybe I don't want to cover her name, so maybe I'll just go off the bottom here because I don't want to make Edna a nameless bride on this tag. So let's keep Edna's name in there. Okay, now this definitely is going to have to dry before now I can't round the corners, can I? That's okay. All right, so when you see she was Edna May, and there's Edna. I think these are actual photographs from a photographic studio. Oh, I don't know if you can read that. Over here I covered it a little bit. Excuse me, was the it says photographic series. Alright, so let's let those dry. Excuse me. I apologize. Let those dry and then we can do a bit more decorating. Well, I filmed a whole 2 minutes and I was talking to myself because I never switched on the video. Oh man, guys, I'm getting old. Anyway, so starting over. I just showed you in the clip before how I was trying to show you at least a little bit of the sewing part. But then this one, I kind of like the fact that there's, I have this little hole and then no hole and then a little hole, and so I kind of offset them. But I've got this piece of orange paper here. It's just going to run it along and give you a better idea of the pattern that it's going to create once I put this down onto whatever craft I'm going to use it on. So there's this one that we did together, and then of course there's this bigger page where I just did a strip of 3. And again, just running it along so you can see the orange underneath, and it shows you all the little holes as they pop up. I think that's the favorite part about this for me, is that you can have them really pop, or have them just kind of be in the background as a distressed feel or look. So you could possibly pull this off and have it be just belly band, or add some of this unfragmented part of the paper on either side. So much you can do with this, you guys. So I really do appreciate Shelley and Rose Wildworth for introducing me to this craft. I really love how it turned out. It's going to just mean that I have all this gorgeous distressed paper to work with in my future projects. So something I did when I thought I was filming and I wasn't filming, I brought out my Uniball gold pen, this guy, and I really just decided that I wanted to put a little bit of a gold, oh, I missed a piece, so maybe I can show you, just a little bit of a gold accent along the side here, because I thought, you know, all the gold bits and pieces on the side here that come through the holes is taking all the attention, and so I put a little bit of a gold around the glass just to give it a bit of an accent of its own. And of course we have our lovely lady at the back, Edna, and I did put some of the just black ink on the side here with the dauber, take away some of that white. And I did find the video that I did of this one, so that's in the link below, as a link in the description below. I just love all this sort of this untidiness on the side, is awesome sauce. And then our vintage little sheet template from the Iron and Metal Holder and Herrick company. So these are going to be really wonderful sort of vintagey, very tactile feel add-ons to a journal. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. Please hit the like button and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.